What's up, reefers? It's Mike with the Maine Reef. Got back from vacation the other day. Figured I'd do a little update on after coming back. No issues other than I lost one of my chromis, which is not really like a big issue. And then this one has just kind of been sitting down on the bottom, not on the sand bed, but he's just swimming right down at the bottom of the sand bed. So, not really too sure what's going on with those guys. Not like a big worry in my book, really. But I did have one floating the day after I got back. Actually, not the day I got back, but other than that, tank ran flawlessly for those 3 days I was gone. Not that that's really a long time either, but you know. Anyway, I did have to do some more kelp paste. My Favia that was up here by my Stylophora I had kelp pasted it probably 3 weeks ago, and it had grown back almost completely to where it was. So I kelp pasted it again. I did there was a little bit of Aiptasia. There was some like right here. So I did that. And another one on the back side, I did that. But in the process of doing that, I knocked off a frag of my Forest Fire Digi and one of my red Digi out back. Just a little piece that I knocked off, so they're re-glued up here on the frag rack. But let me see here. Let me go up one. Not that much, Mike. There we go. But I mean, tank looks great. Having a bit of I'll say it's a small heat wave here in Maine. Today it's a nice 89 degrees outside with a decent bit of humidity. Not terrible, but a decent bit. The ACs are not in yet, so all the windows are open. pH is super high. I've been having a lot of growth on the corals. Like, you can actually see it, which is nice. But yeah, nothing really eventful this week. I will be, next water change, I will be having to do a little bit more kelp paste on some Aiptasia spots. There is another one right there. You can't really see it too well. There's two of them on the back side on an A-can, and one of them right on my jelly bean, right underneath the jelly bean chalice skirt. So a couple of things I definitely have to do, but nothing too crazy. I do have some good amount of frags going on up on the frag rack right now, so I should probably try and get rid of some of those, see if maybe some local hobbyist needs some, and go from there. But I did my water change. Everything seems, you know, good. The Montipora is getting beat back by the green slimer, so I'm not too worried there. Green slimer was being encroached on by these zoes, the purple zoes, so I cut those back a little bit with kelp paste, and basically that burns them so that they just kind of like, either they don't entirely die off, they kind of just withdraw for a while, and it gives it enough time to basically breathe. Same thing with the bonsai, Garth bonsai, that was being encroached on by the same purple zoes, so I had to dial those back. But can't really complain about too much. Tank looks really good. I do have to get my AC in so that I don't start, you know, keeping the fan on, because the fan's pointed at the surface right now, because in this room at the moment it's 79 degrees. So keep the fan there to control it, but at the same time this tank is calc washer through the auto top off, so pH is going to go up, calcium's going to go up, alkalinity is probably going to go up, which I'm not, it doesn't bother me to have those go up. It's just something that I don't want it to spike in a short amount of time. So just the seasons changing here in Maine, where, you know, you get the beautiful 60 degrees, you can have the windows open, and next day it's 80 to 90, and you want the windows closed, but you also don't have the AC in yet, so yeah, it's just the perks of having a small tank. But I also got, for other news, I also had picked up an 80-gallon rimless reef tank. Somebody was getting rid of it for free in Maine here on one of our Facebook pages, and it was literally Sunday, the day that I was getting ready to go to the vacation to Great Wolf Lodge. And basically I wrote to him and just said, hey, if you can hold it, I want it. I was the first person who wrote to him. He said, yep, it's just so you know, it's got a small chip on one of the glass panes. And I was like, all right, I'll take a look at it when I get there. And I seen it when I got there, no big deal, and for free, you can't go wrong. He had it for 6 years the way it was, with the glass chip still set up. He had recently just taken it down because he got in, I think he said an 80-gallon breeder. I didn't even know they made them, but nonetheless, I did get that. I cleaned it all up. Like, I am gonna reseal it, re-silicone seal the whole thing, and I also cleaned up all the coralline algae because it looked like it had been a bare bottom tank, so it had quite a bit on the bottom. That being said, it's all cleaned up, and I'll get you guys a quick little video of it if you don't mind. I will go outside and we will take a look at it. So that is the tank. It's strapped to the dolly at the moment, just makes it so much easier to move it around. Excuse me, sorry about that. But it is a very decent tank. Like I said, I have already scraped out all the silicone on the inside, and I may do a water test and maybe just redo the cosmetic seal on the inside because they were all peeling up. Or I might just completely strip it all down and do a complete reseal. I'm not really too worried. I've done smaller ones before, but this would be my first larger one. So something to work on. Don't mind the mess outside. It is spring, so everything is outside. Four-wheeler for the son is getting worked on. Never ending. He crashes it all the time, so that's the perks of having a Chinese four-wheeler, is it breaks pretty easily. But tank is very thick glass. I think it's like 3/8. Does have some scratches and hazing on it, but this entire back glass, I have the overflow and everything inside. The entire back glass was just covered. I mean, absolutely covered in probably, I'd say, 1/16 of an inch at least of coralline algae. Bottom as well, but I filled it up with some water, put some citric acid in it, a whole small tub of citric acid, and it took care of everything. So there was some elbow grease needed to be done, but nonetheless, I think, like I said, this is going to be the next project. I've been looking for one, and one just happened to pop up for free. I wasn't looking specifically for an 80-gallon or a certain size. I just wanted a bigger tank, and I did not want to go, like, I wanted like a 75 or bigger. So this is what I got, and you'll probably see it on the channel here soon. On some other things, maybe redoing the silicone. I should probably film that. I didn't film a single bit of the citric acid cleaning because it was disgusting and long. It took me about 5 hours between scraping, letting it sit, and doing all of that. So nonetheless, next project on the channel probably is going to be a while, just because I don't want to spend a lot of money, and I would much rather buy the cheapest way possible, and that's usually used. So I'll be looking for some lights and equipment used. Most of my wave makers and pump, like return pump, will all be new, but I will be building a stand as well for this. I built one before for my 40 breeder and super sturdy, so I'm not too worried on this one. Does have a pre-cut mat for it, but yeah, figured I'd show you guys the new tank and what's to come. But that's about it. I gotta get the kiddos off the bus, so you guys have a good day and happy reefing. Peace.